So it's been nearly 2 weeks now since I did the stream of pretty much the remainder of this game. All that's left to do is the rematched Elite Four, which I'm going to be doing here. I needed a bit of needed to wait a little bit to get a nice quiet period so that I can do this. The house has been a little bit rowdier than usual lately because of school holidays. Kids are now at their dad's. Mum and dad have gone out and have missed a phone call from my sister in jail for the second time today. And so everything's just going pretty well. It's apparently really windy outside as well. It's been relatively beneficial to me actually because it's reflected in the game, and so as a result I've been getting some weather boosted Zapdos raids. So that's pretty handy. Okay, so one last check of the team that's going to be going through this second round of the Elite Four. I'm at level 90. I believe the highest level Pokemon that we'll be going across is 89. And just based on past experience, I feel like 90 will probably be slightly overkill, but at the same time, given what we're going to be encountering here, it's probably not the worst idea to be a touch over-leveled. So Rain Dance is pretty much mandatory because I got to deal with both Sandstorm and Sun, at least I assume that's the case. Ghost Trick is pretty much the same, just spam the shit out of powerful special attacks. Same thing with Suricate. I got rid of Shadow Claw for X-Scissor just because I felt like it might be a bit more handy than Shadow Claw. Shadow Claw's got the increased crit rate. X-Scissor just hits different stuff super effectively. I'm not too sure if it's going to prove itself worthwhile, but we're going to have to find out. I've got TMs. I can very easily replace X-Scissor with like Shadow Claw or even Rock Slide if I decide to go that path, but for the time being, this is the moveset I'm going to be going with. Mint Roast, I've went with Thunder Wave just to deal with the legendaries and stuff, make them easier to catch. I decided to stick with it because I feel like Burn only really is beneficial against physical attackers, whereas Thunder Wave, as long as it's not freaking ground type or immune to Thunder Wave otherwise, it should be just beneficial against more stuff, I feel. Everything else is just the same, it's supposed to hit hard. $3 my resident screen setter. It's been this way for the vast majority of this playthrough. And Illison with the newly freed up muscle band because I put the choice band on Suricate a few segments ago. And so she's just basically there for some type coverage. So I think that's about it here. I'm going to be leading with Tidal. It's been a while since I saw my previous attempts at this, like in the Battleground. So I actually have no idea what the hell Aaron's going to be leading with. So I'm just going to go with Tidal and hope that that works out. Because if anything, he's probably going to bowl in with, like, Yanmega. And if you're noticing a slight increase in the quality of the gameplay here, it's because I've actually switched to a different build of Desmume called, like, X432R. I'm not too sure if you've heard of it, but it basically just has this, sort of enhancer that just like upscales a bunch of the textures in DS games, so everything looks a lot clearer and just a lot nicer in general. So that'll be nice to have. I found out about that from a friend of mine, Mithril Monarch. He was doing some Nuzlocke streams, and I asked him where he got the high res from, and he just sort of told me. I did a quick little search. Apparently, this particular build of Desmume, however you pronounce it, is somewhat difficult to find. I didn't actually have any troubles with it personally, but I think one of the other viewers of that stream sort of archived it on their own website. So, yeah, I'd say, so I'm getting into the fight here now, because this is live commentary, of course. Protect does sound about right, because, you know, speed boost. But we'll see what, go ahead and see what Ice Beam does here. I don't think I have to worry too much about Bug Buzz at the moment. I just want to be able to I want to be able to at least 2-hit KO this thing. Okay, that isn't even a crit. That's probably the level gap right there. There's a rather significant level gap. Okay, so Heracross, I don't have any flying moves. It might not have been a bad idea to put Aerial Ace on Suricate, but I'm not going to fuss too much over that. I'm not too sure if Heracross is weak to... Oh, I was going to say, I wasn't too sure if Heracross was weak to Rock, but it doesn't actually matter because it's weak to Fairy. Now this thing is... I'm not too sure what set this thing's running, actually. It's using Protect, which suggests a Guts set. Yeah, this is probably a Guts set. Yeah, Toxic Orb. Okay. So at least that means I'm going to be able to one-bang this thing with a Moonblast. At least I assume that's the case. I needed something quick, because Heracross can be deceptively fast. Like, I think in older generations, some Heracross sets would use Choice Scarf, and it would actually let it outspeed stuff like, I think Aerodactyl can get outsped by a Scarfed Heracross, so... it's actually kind of surprising in that regard. Now, Sizzle... I feel like Sizzle's probably packing... If anything's packing the Sash, it's probably Sizzle. Unless it's like choiced. Let me throw... I don't think it's going to do anything threatening to me, actually. So I'll just go with the Overheat button. Hit the Overheat button, we'll see what happens. Okay, so it's not sashed. That's good. Unless the thing's sashed, I don't think Sizzle really poses much of a threat at all, especially with Mitt Roast floating around. Now for Armaldo, I think this might be a good time to set up some screens, just to make sure that Aaron doesn't cause too much shit in the back end of this fight. So let me get up a Reflect here. Okay, X-Sizzle will do neutral damage, but I don't think Armaldo's like... Actually, Armaldo's got pretty decent attack, but I think it's just the way I've raised my $3 and the EVs it's packing. I'm not too sure what the gap in speed is here, so I don't think Gyro Ball will do a whole lot of damage. Is that a crit? Yeah, that's a crit. That's slightly unfortunate, but I'm not gonna... I have no reason to blow up over it. I don't think Aaron has any more special attackers, so... I'm thinking perhaps... Don't want to go in... Ghost Trick is heavily resistant to X-Scissor. And if this thing's not... But if this thing's not banded, it'll probably try using a different move. Let me give Ghost Trick a shot here. Okay, so it's going with the X-Scissor again. And then here, I guess we'll give Power Gem a shot. Should be able to KO from this range. Okay. Making sure for some weird reason that my microphone is still on, which is dumb because I could have easily just looked to the other screen. Okay, now Drapion's going to be the biggest threat because I don't know if I don't have Big Boy with me. Rampart. So perhaps this may be Suricate's time to shine. So this wasn't quite the difference that I was looking for because X-Scissor does hit this thing neutrally while Shadow Claw doesn't. But, you know, it's not like I'm going to use X-Scissor anyway. Strength is just the best move I've got here. Decent enough. As long as Suricate takes a hit, it'll two-shot this Drapion. The only question is, can Suricate tank this hit? That's a crit. Yeah. High crit rate. So that's about to be expected. In that case, let's go Tidal and I guess Surf it to death. It's fine. Suricate will find some time to shine in the later fights. So there goes Drapion. Drapion. For some reason go between the two. And then Scyther, I guess I'll just fucking power gem it. No reason to do anything otherwise. Okay. Let's let rip with this thing. Alright, so Aaron posed basically no threat, which, to be fair, is kind of expected. It's a shame bug types haven't really been that great in Pokemon Go, actually. I think the best one at the moment is Mega Beedrill. It's just getting Mega Beedrill is, like, the energy to Mega Evolve Beedrill has been a bit, it's not quite as common as, for the other ones. Obviously speed up the... I don't even know why I didn't just go with a bloody max potion there, and I didn't even buy more items either. So how depressing is that? Okay. Do I have any other, like, low-grade healing items? Because that would be nice. I think the only negative I've noticed so far with the X432 is it doesn't speed up as much, just because the increased resolution does require a little bit more oomph. But besides that, though, I've been pretty happy with how it's gone down. So it seems like I might have to try to ration out my healing items from here, because it would be greatly unfortunate to run out of healing items and really need them in a pinch. Okay, so I could lead with either Tidal to get Rain Dance up immediately, or Illison to just get the lead out of the way, like, immediately. So I think we'll give Illison a shot. Hopefully this works out in my benefit. I'm not too sure what she leads with. I want to say it's Hippowdon. I'm not too sure if she's got it. I can't really remember, rather, if she's got Tyranitar in the back, but yeah. Hippowdon lead. And then up comes the Sand. Now, Sandstorm, I believe, only benefits these things in their special defense. So I'm not too sure if I want to go with the Sword Stance and then fire off a Leaf Bleed. I'm not too sure if this Hippowdon has anything that could kick its ass. Although, to be fair, Hippowdon is probably more of a physical attacker, so Illison should hopefully be able to tank whatever comes its way. Those rocks in that Stone Edge come out looking really clean, actually. I guess it affects more than the some of the overworld textures. I think I noticed that as well with what was it, Suricate's animation when she was using Strength in the previous fight. A lot of it's actually just looking really, really nice. Okay, so +2 attack and a Leaf Blade. Does about what we expect. I think as soon as she goes in with something that's a bit more special based is probably when I'll... Okay, Tyranitar. Yeah, we'll give Suricate the floor here. Choice Band with close combat is gonna murder this thing unless it's sashed. So this should be right. It's a good thing I'm getting this Tyranitar out of the way, actually, because it means I can just go straight in with Rain Dance and not have it be interrupted by another Sand Setter. Speaking of, here comes Rhyperior. Again, physical attacker, solid rock. I don't have the Sword Dance boost, and it's probably also got Mega Horn to deal with Illison. So I'm thinking perhaps $3 get up or reflect, then maybe switch to title and go from there. Gyro Ball's gonna do jack shit. There's virtually no difference between our speed stats. Yeah, there's the Mega Horn, as right on cue. Okay, so there's the reflect. And so I think what I want to do now is switch into title. Hopefully this Mega Horn won't do a shit ton of damage. That's alright. Okay, so let's set up our rain now. Hammer arm, okay. That reduces speed. Not that it matters here. And then we surf. And that should hopefully one-shot this thing. A crit would be really nice here, especially if it's got solid rock. It'll just sort of negate that solid rock. Because I've still got scope lens on this thing. Oh, it's sashed. Okay. That makes somewhat sense. Provided title tanks this earthquake, which it should do. I think there's a drone flying over the top of the house. I don't know what the go is with that. There's been drones flying all over the place, like, for months. I'm not too sure what the go is with that. I'm not even sure if the microphone's picking up its noise. It's slightly annoying, but I guess as long as I'm providing commentary, it's just sort of drowning it out. Okay, so she heals it, but, you know, Focus Ash only works once, so there's Surf for you. And her follow-up is Swampert. Okay. Now, Swampert gets a boost to its water attacks, which is nah. But as long as I'm outspeeding here, this thing dies with one Leaf Blade. And Swampert's not the fastest thing in the world, so this should be right. Oh, Yachi Berry. Wait, no. Which berry is it? Rindo. Okay. Yachi Berry's the one for ice. And does not work. Does not help it in the slightest. It is one banged anyway. I'm quite alright with that. Okay, Doug Trio. Should be right to stay in, actually. I was thinking I might switch into something with Levitate, but this Doug Trio's probably also got, like, Stone Edge or something. The fuck? How did I outspeed a Doug Trio? Does this thing have, like, counter? Well, we're not gonna know, because it's dead. Okay, I'll take that. Doug Trio is known to be rather quick, but apparently not quick enough there. Now, is this her last Pokemon? It's getting an Ice Beam to the face, but is it her last Pokemon? Yes, it is. So provided this thing somehow outspeeds me somewhere. Okay, Ice Beam should murder it then. It's more of a physical defender. And there's no Sandstorm to help its special bulk. Yep, you're dead as shit. Alright, 2 down, 3 to go. And these are the easy two, not just in regards to their levels, but also, as we saw from literally the previous segment, like the last chunk of the stream, these are the only 2 schmucks that don't have legendaries on their team. So that's going to be tons of fun, isn't it? Alright, so for Flint, I think title lead is pretty much a necessity. I'm not too sure what his initial sunsetter is though. So we're about to find out here. Cool. I think this dude's dialogue changed from the first round. Just because he was talking about, like, Volkner in the first round and how we helped him to be interested in battles again. Okay, so, Rain Dance. Looks like the level gap's helping me out with the speed thing as well, because, yeah, I very much expected a Solar Beam to be coming in here and being able to outspeed and put the rain up first and weaken that helps a great deal. So now we can just go for a Surf and probably... Oh, it's a speed tie. That's quite interesting. I guess I got a little bit lucky there. That shouldn't be too big of a deal, though. Like, unless he goes in with another Sunsetter, he could very easily have Torkoal. Because Bertha had 2 Sandstream users in her team. Nope, going straight for the big guns. In that case, let's just stay in and fucking lob a Surf at this thing. I may end up finding myself in a position where I just sweep this dude with Tidal. If that ends up being the case, then we'll take it, I guess. And here comes Moltres. Yeah, screw it, let's change things up. I don't want Tidal to be hogging all of the screen time, so let's send in Ghost Trick to handle the legendary. You're probably holding like the rock curing thing. Is that Sky Attack or is that Solar Beam? That's Solar Beam, okay. Not too sure why he went straight with Solar Beam, honestly. Like, Solar Beam is weakened from the range just as... probably even more than the Fire-type attacks are, so I'd probably have just gone with the Fire attack. Not that it actually matters that much, because, you know, I'm dead as shit. That's a slightly triggering amount of experience. Rapid Ash. If I had Rock Slide, I'd just go in with Suricate. I'm gonna go in with Suricate anyway. I'd also be thankful that whoever it is that knocked on the door took the hint and departed. Yeah, see, look, the shrunken down Suricate sprite looks a lot better than I remember. It's really nice. Damn. That's quite the hit. See, now Suricate's starting to come into her own. She ain't dealing with no Infernape, though. $3 no. I think Ghost Trick is probably best suited to this. Is the rain still around? Because I could maybe go in with Ellison and Psycho Cut it. I don't think the... 1, 2, 3... I lost track of the rain. Whatever. I'll go in with Ghost Trick. Smash it with a Psychic. So there goes our Go-Go Vegeta. Instead of frickin' Vegito. And then last but not least is one Mr. Houndoom. Okay, that's Suricate's forte. Would have been unfortunate if I said last but not least, and then it turned out he had one other Pokemon. It's more than one fucking will, dude. Ew. Intimidate sucks. I don't think this thing is, like, the most defensively sound thing on his team, though, so maybe close combat will still get the one bang. Yep. Intimidate my ass. Despite the fact that this is like... This is the 4th time I've beaten him. I believe, yeah. Round 1, that weird freaking double battle outside the frontier. There was the battleground, and yeah, this is the 4th time I've won. Damn, son. Okay. Now, I'm not too sure what Lucian's gonna lead with here. It's a bit of a question mark there. I'm gonna go with Mitt Roast. My reasoning behind this is because I'm expecting a screen setter of some variety. It's probably either Bronzong or Mr. Mime, and Mitt Roast has a super effective move against either one. And worst case scenario is if he doesn't one bang it, then I'll just paralyze it and then probably switch into something else maybe. So let's give this a shot. If it's Bronzong, I just hit the overheat button and win. But we'll see what it is. Okay, it's Mr. Mime. Now, Mr. Mime may potentially be a bit quick for me here. I'm going to go with a Shadow Ball anyway. See what it goes for turn 1, and probably make another assessment from there. Assuming it survives, but yeah. Okay, light screen's gone up. In that case, I'll put in a Thunder Wave, because I don't think another Shadow Ball is going to be enough to kill it. I probably could have gone with the overheat button, but it doesn't hit super effectively, so that's, like, slightly questionable. I'm not too sure how I would have approached this. Now, Psychic. I don't have a Dark type that's immune to it. I could go in with $3? $3 sounds alright. $3 got a pretty heavy resistance to this thing. Okay. Now, I do have a slight concern here, and that is because I've paralyzed it, the difference between the two speeds is not all that great. So I'm not too sure if Gyro Ball is going to do anything, really. No, didn't think so. That's actually not very good for me at all, which is rather unfortunate because he's just going to heal it now. In that case, let me put up my own light screen. And then probably switch back into... See, Suricate, like, X's is not going to do well against it. Illison's probably not going to do well against it because, you know, Night Slash. Ghost Trick is probably best suited to this. The light screen up and that riffraff. Shadow Ball should hopefully be strong enough to one-bang this thing when the light screen goes. But I think it's safe to assume that this thing's holding Light Clay, so I've still got to deal with a few turns of that. So I think I'm just going to try to brute force it here with a Shadow Ball, hopefully get a special defense drop or two. That's actually a 2-shot even with the light screen, so that's actually really nice. Now I've got to deal with Reflect for another bloody 8 turns, though. That's going to be a sort of last stand, I guess. Okay, so that was threatening to be a bit of a roadblock there for me. In And then we have Metagross. Now, as long as light screen is up, I don't want to go hitting the overheat button. So... let's give Illicin a shot. I've got the special wall up. Illicin's pretty good on the physical defense. So let's see if I can get up a Swords Dance, tank whatever this thing throws at me, and then lob a Night Slash at this thing. Ice Punch, okay. Big attack versus some pretty big defense. That's nice. That isn't. Okay, full restore. Not gonna take any chances here whatsoever. That freeze is very annoying. So let's take another one of those and let's give this a bit of a shot. Alright, +2 attack, Night Slash. Typings are converted to how they were in Gen 7, I think. Holy fuck. To be fair, that's me forgetting that this fucking thing's got a Reflect backing it up. Okay, never mind the physical attacking route. Let's go in with something that can tank that Ice Punch. Let's go Mit Roast. I'm not too sure if this thing is like locked into its attack. It's not. It actually went with... Okay. I was thinking somewhat that that might have been a thing that it does. So from here I'll just hit the overheat button. That'll do. I was kind of thinking like switch to Mit Roast. It can tank Ice Punch. But in the situation that it doesn't use Ice Punch, it may use Earthquake. And so, yeah. That's it. That's what ended up happening. Okay, now Gallade. Very strong on the type coverage. So I'm thinking, yeah, you know what? Let's go Ghost Trick. Best attack that I can bust out. There's no light screen around anymore, so special is probably the way to go here. Yeah, Moonblast. Alright. That's his, well, it was his former ace. He's kind of got a new one now. Is he sending it out, though? Not yet. Alakazam instead. Now, light screen's just worn off. If I outspeed, I kick its ass. Reflect is still up. I was going to go in with X-Scissor and kill it with Suricate, but doesn't seem to be the case. Okay. I'm actually locked into Moonblast. Shit. YOLO. Alakazam outspeeds. That'd be right, so I think Ghost Trick's dead now. Surprisingly not. You're a beast. Moonblast has a potential special attack drop chance, doesn't it? Pretty sure that's the case. No healing, okay. If only I had a priority move. Let's see. It's going to outspeed everything else, so perhaps $3? I mean, if he's not going to heal it. Okay, so if I can tank this Shadow Ball, I might be able to use a potion heal up. I can use a super potion, it'll heal exactly 200. Because Drowner was nice enough not to update the hyper potion to later generation levels where it only heals for 120. Certainly keen to stick with the Shadow Ball there, which makes sense. Just thinking the only other move it probably could have used in this situation is like Focus Blast, I guess. Okay. I should still be right to tank. Just get in a Gyro Ball here and kill it. I'd go for the Zen Headbutt to save PP, but if Zen Headbutt misses, I'd be salty as all hell. And then I can get $3 out the way once this is done. Yeah, because, you know, Latios. Shame you're dead. Will Suricate come through for me? Or I could go in with Tidal and Dragon Pulse. Let's try this. Let's try Suricate. I want to at least get some kind of vindication for my decision to put Exeter on this set. And vindication acquired. Awesome. So there you go. A little bit of a rough start, but Suricate's kicking some ass now. She should be right to close this fight out now, actually. Alright. So yeah, Espeon shouldn't tank this unless it's sashed. Alright, that's it. Okay, so that's the Elite Four done and out the way. Now I've just got to deal with Cynthia. At which point the level gap becomes borderline inconsequential. I think it's like everyone on her team's 88 and then her Rayquaze is like 89. So I think that's that pretty much kills off any like thingo, you know, thingo. Okay, so 15 max potions, 15 full restores, and I'll probably just use some more orange berries. Do I have any citruses? Yeah, I'll just use citruses. It's not. It's unlikely that I touch this file again once I'm done recording this segment. So, you know, no real reason to care that much about the thing. I'd probably use some of these, but I'm pretty sure everybody's already at max effort value investment, so nothing to really worry too much about. Let's see. No, I think that's it. Alright. Here we go. I should probably just pick out my lead first. I think she leads with Spiritomb. So we're going to go Ghost Trick lead. I think he's probably going to cause some problems if I don't kill it in one shot, so... Alright. Let's throw a hard save, why not? This may be an incredibly dumb idea, but we'll give it a shot. Damn straight. You didn't provide any let up in the first round. Okay, yeah, there's that Spiritomb lead. Hopefully this extra level I've got over Spiritomb will benefit me greatly here. Straight for the Moonblast, it's the only thing he's weak to. She. Okay. Kill it. Thank you. Lord knows what that could have done had I let it do its shtick. Alright, next up is Lucario. Provided I outspeed. It's probably got Stone Edge. It's probably also really, really quick. So Suricate might be the weapon of choice here. If I just go in with a what? Close combat, I guess. Yeah. Let's give this a shot. I'm fully expecting this thing to be sashed. Either that or maybe like it's either a sash or a choice item. I don't think Lucario has anything else except maybe maybe a life orb. We'll just go for this thing here and see how that goes. Because if it tanks here with Sash and then kills Suricate, she's going to heal, at which point I could probably hit her with another super effective move. But in this case, I land a crit, so that just shuts that thing up real fucking fast. Okay, so who's coming in next? Togekiss. Gonna have to switch out here, for very obvious reasons. And so I'm thinking at this stage, now's probably about as good a time as any to put up some screens. Or Sphere sounds about right. It's neutral. Togekiss is not like the most like offensive type thing though, so this should be alright. Thunderwave can actually work to my benefit here. I've got to be able to get some stuff going right for me. Which means I don't want to get paralyzed too many times here. Okay, so there's the Reflect. I'm getting that up in anticipation for Garchomp, as well as Rayquaza. I'm not too sure if Rayquaza is physical or special based, but the speed drop from the paralysis should let Gyro Ball do more damage. I'm not expecting a KO, but I'm hoping maybe at least 2 hits. Fuck. That's a hell of a... That is one hell of a Gyro Ball. Busts through even a Togekiss. That's banging. Alright, here comes Ray. Either Ray or Garchomp is holding a Yachi Berry. I don't remember which one it is. I want to say it's Ray, because it's like her ace. There's no Roselli Berry in this game, I don't believe, so Moonblast may well be the most effective thing here. You know, it occurs to me that Rayquaza, despite seeming like it would be a fast mofo, does still only retain, like, what, base 90 speed? 95 at max? Oh, okay, it's sashed. Alright, well that probably wouldn't have mattered anyway. Overheat. I'm guessing it has that just as, like, reference to the fact that it can get V-Create in later generations. It's kind of nice, actually. Does mean that it has no special attack for round 2 here, and I'm gonna go ahead and expect another Moonblast to drop this thing here, which pretty much tells me that Garchomp's packing the Yachi Berry. Alright. That was potentially the most threatening Pokemon in the entire Elite Four, besides maybe Garchomp, and it is dead, without posing really that much of a threat. I've got Reflect up. Let's see if this thing actually has a Yachi Berry. Let's go. Outrage on cue. As you do. Okay, so it's a 2-hit KO through their reflect. That's not Yachi Berry. Is this thing... Did she put Sash on both of them? No, she didn't. Okay. Alright, that's... As far as I'm concerned, that's game. As far as I'm concerned, that is game, set, and match. Milotic, potentially threatening, but... I mean, unless this thing is holding, like, a burn orb or something to trigger, like, Marvel scale, I don't see this going very well for her. I think it's actually kind of fitting that Milotic ends up being the last Pokemon she uses in this fight, considering how prevalent it was in the round 1 fights. But once again, one banged. That's it. That's game, set, and match. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of Pokemon Renegade Platinum. And for some reason, I feel slightly less enthusiastic than I probably should be about the idea that I'm gonna have to frickin' put the other 6 team members in the Hall of Fame thing in post-production, like I did with the previous round. It only makes sense, though. They all deserve to be there. They all put in their effort, plus the other 6 did technically beat the Elite Four already. It's just part of the Battleground thing. Perhaps the Battleground should have been the last thing I did in the LP, but at the same time, this is just like, this is a more fitting end where you actually have credits and stuff and you can sort of reflect on what you've done in the past. Reflect on your playthrough, which has now finally come to an end about a year later than it probably should have. But I'd say what matters is that we actually made it to the end. And so, yeah, I can be satisfied with that. Yep. For the most part, I can't actually remember, like, what team members I had planned to use at the very start of this playthrough. I think Illison was one of them, and I think everything else just sort of kind of came together, just out of, like, found something, didn't use it, hadn't used it before, and I'm like, yeah, you know what, I'll give this a bit of a shot. And another timeline, I would have ended up sticking with 6 team members, but this is not the universe that takes place in. I got sick of the 6 that I had originally, and so that prompted the recruitment drive. And overall, I'd say that worked out very well. The funny thing is that none of the Pokemon here will be ending the playthrough as the highest level team member I have, because, you know, Dick Kickham just kind of kicked a whole lot of dick in the Battleground at the end of the stream, so he's kind of chilling out at level 95 right now. Hurry on up. Hurry on up. I know it takes a while to save, but okay, come on. Be a pal. It's not like it's impossible for the game to save, because I did save before fighting Cynthia. Like, that's the one thing I didn't actually test with this X432 build of Desmume. But I guess it works out. I mean, other people are using it, then there can't really be anything wrong with it, is there? So, yeah, I think I might be sticking with this. I'm not too sure if there's any sort of, like, issues that this emulator has over the regular Desmure. I haven't really faffed about with it too much. I just did a little bit of a test around and sort of ran around. Like, I ran around outside the Pokemon League to see what that building looked like, and I think I did a bit of running around in Saffron City. I just rebooted the old Storm Silver, which I still actually need to go back to do the boss rush in that game. I'm not too sure when that's going to be, if I sort of... It basically just depends on whether or not I feel like it. It'll be streamed, like this, like the boss rush in this game was. I guess the other thing in relation to Sacred Gold Storm Silver is the version 2 that's in production. It's basically just being rebuilt from the ground up using a bunch of the features that came in this hack. So there's going to be like fairy type moves, all that sort of thing. So for all I know, there could be a slight change in the team, or maybe like the movesets ahead of that. That's only got 16 members though, so it might not be as huge a difference, but you never know. It hasn't come out yet, so I might faff around about with that a little bit. I'm not too sure if I'm going to commit to a full playthrough, because, I mean, I've done Storm Silver as it is. That was already a pretty decent enough, that was already a decent enough playthrough as it is, so, yeah. There was a recent update to Crystal Clear. I've made a point to go back and record some gameplay after the 2.0 baby version came out, but I never actually got around to it, and now the 2.1 versions come out, so there's a lot of stuff to sort of showcase in that. I might do that in the stream as well. So, again, it's just going to be another one of those when I feel like it type things, though. But in terms of LPs, that's another interesting topic, because the last few playthroughs I've done, this one, I think the 2 playthroughs I did before, have all been Pokemon games, and so I almost feel like I've dug myself into a slight hole and potentially made people think that I'm a PokeTuber, which, I mean, nothing necessarily wrong with doing a whole bunch of Pokemon stuff, but I do want to do other stuff, like, in the future. Primarily like Doom-related bits and pieces. I recently did a playthrough of the Valiant Mega Ward, just a 32 map set made by a dude called Skillesaw. I had some pretty good fun with that. I am thinking I might want to do that LP. That might be the next LP, actually. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure if I considered my old Doom 2016 LP to be, like, acceptable or not, so I'm not too sure if I've got that one lined up to redo. Obviously I've not done Doom Eternal yet. I've done Doom Eternal Lord knows how many times, and so that, I imagine, might be a fun LP to do. I think besides that, I'm not too sure if there's anything else in the way of Pokemon ROM hacks that's on the agenda. Well, besides Blaze Black or Vault White. I'll probably focus on Vault White, since I did Blaze Black like 9 years ago, so do Vault White, sort of have that collection complete, and then eventually do Vault White 2 whenever I feel like doing that. Of course, both of those playthroughs are going to involve complete Pokedexes and stuff, with 649 Pokemon as opposed to 493 that this game had, so yay! And before I just play Mario Galaxy because of the weird Milky Way and this thingy-mabob there. Just, I don't know. Once again, still do not understand why that music track just sort of ends abruptly there. I'm not too sure what the go is with that, but whatever. There you go. It's slightly off-center because of the way I've got my DS screens positioned, but whatever. There you go. Finn. Bowler. So, okay. I had a OBS sort of freeze up on me before I recorded this for no real reason, so it was just 2 icons of it on my taskbar. But anyway, that's enough of my rambling. That is the end of Pokemon Renegade Platinum. I hope you enjoyed watching this playthrough. I apologize once again for the massive random hiatus that just sort of became a thing. Hiatuses in general like that are just sort of a thing with my LPs, because sometimes I do lack motivation to do things, but when I get people watching them, it's nice. It's like, I've never considered YouTube as more of a hobby than any more of a hobby than anything else. But, you know, I think the reason I created the thing in the first place is because I like sharing my gameplay experiences and stuff, and so, I hope folks can appreciate that for the most part. Do you want to maybe... Thank you. Okay, so that's it then. Hope you enjoyed the playthrough. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you for whatever it is that I do next.